I've been with no sleep for like 5 days. Living this life just for Friday. I don't like rules, I do it my way. Everywhere I go they say my name. DJ.
Welcome to 605 Crypto. This is Travis B., your host, and we're going to talk about all things crypto on this new channel that I'm launching. I've been meaning to get this thing started for a while, and I finally decided, you know what? It isn't going to happen by itself, so let's get right into it. If we look at the market today, there's some red in the market. A little more green than we've seen the last few days. As you know, pretty much since November, we've been going on a downward trend here. Bitcoin, though, has made it back up to 43,000. If we take a look at Kel's Crypto on the Twitter, he explains how much, the stakes will be much higher in the years to come as block rewards continue to get cut in half. Keep stacking. Don't worry about the short-term price if you're an investor. And that's true for a lot of things. Now, look, I'm not a big Bitcoin person, but I understand this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. This is not something that you're going to get rich overnight. Sure, you hear stories about some people that picked the right one, but they probably had a lot of money before they made more. That's the easiest way to make money, is to have a lot of money to start with. So keep an eye on Kel's. Give him a follow at Kel's Crypto. And, just keep an eye on what he's got to say. He's a great chart reader, great guy. Learn a lot from him. Kel's Crypto. Well, in the Ripple XRP world, we find out that yet another delay in the SEC versus Ripple lawsuit. It looks like it's been postponed for a month due to ongoing world events. Looks like Jeremy Hogan, his quote is, "My instinct is that someone wants the deposition to be done in person for some reason." And again, that's the great Jeremy Hogan that says that in the bold part of this article here. He's been great throughout this Ripple lawsuit. He's been keeping us updated, making great videos. And so we're gonna go with that and hope that this, in the long run, is going to be good for Ripple. Patience is a virtue. I'm a patient man. I think anybody that's held Ripple for any period of time has become a patient person also. So, okay, let's let this go on. Let's see how much more egg on the face the SEC can accumulate. And in the end, I think this will be good for the Ripple. I think this will benefit us. Everything is diluted when you do it virtually. So let's do it in person and get the SEC. Let's get them sweating. In other news, we're seeing that inflation has surged 7%, the highest in 40 years. Yeah, I'm 40 years old, so this is the worst we've ever seen it. Have you ever heard of Venezuela? The once prosperous nation in South America that, you basically need a wheelbarrow full of dollar bills to get a soda out of the soda machine, if you can even find a soda machine. Yeah, that's what happens when inflation goes high. So your dollar does not buy as much anymore. We could check in with Kevin Cage here, where he was talking about this too. U.S. inflation rates rise to 4-decade high of 7%. I mean, your dollars are just... Any cost of living raise that you get at work right now is just negated by this. So just keep that in mind. Okay, keep that in mind. In legislative news, we've got Representative Tom Emmer, and it looks like that he is introducing a bill prohibiting the Fed from issuing central bank digital currencies directly to individuals. And here's why it matters. At first glance, this does not sound like a good thing to crypto investors, but I think it is a good thing. If you read through his thread, and go ahead, and I'm not going to read the whole thing, go ahead and check it out on Twitter. It talks about his goal is trying to keep the Fed from becoming China, more or less. The digital yuan. We're going to see a lot of that rolled out at the Olympics coming up, and they totally control all industry, banking, everything. That's what communism is, okay? That's what Representative Emmer is kind of getting at. So read this, take a look. This is good. We need to have some legislative movement with crypto. And that's why everything is so obscure right now. There's no rules for this new class of assets. So moving on, we're going to check in with one of my favorite, the Node Baron. Okay? And it looks like he's finally made it to paradise. Now, this is why we're here. Okay, this is why we're here, right here, to make it to paradise. Okay, I've recently learned about nodes and passive incomes. I've read a lot and learned a lot from the node baron, so thank you very much. Looks like he's made it to paradise. How did he get there? Well, he has a lot of passive income streams, right? Thor's one that I'm going to look into, okay? So he has a lot of passive income streams set up, and that's what helped him get to paradise. And that's where we're all trying to get. That is where we're all trying to get. Now, you got to be careful, though, because you're going to find out about a bunch of things, and not all of them are going to be true, because not everybody out there wants to help you. Now, that's not this guy. This guy, Node Baron's the man. You know, he'll tell you what he thinks, but, you know, it's always important that you do your own research, because you don't want to end up like this, okay? You hear that Kim Kardashian, Floyd Mayweather, I think Paul Pierce is part of this also. Celebrities are getting sued over an alleged crypto scam where they basically pumped and dumped this crypto Ethereum Max. Now, I know what people are saying. You know, people probably shouldn't be taking financial advice from their favorite celebrities, but that's where we are in the world today. Okay, people that don't know a lot about crypto heard the name Ethereum Max. Well, they may have heard the word Ethereum before, so they hear Ethereum Max, that sounds great. And then they see Floyd Mayweather wear it on his boxing trunks, and I heard that he was paid $30 million to wear those boxing trunks. The boxing trunks there. $30 million to wear those boxing trunks. He got his payday, but allegedly, as soon as Miss Kardashian started tweeting about it, and it was a paid advertising tweet that she tweeted out sometime in June, the pump and dump happened and everybody got burned. So this will be interesting. I don't know that much is going to happen. You know, most of these celebrities have the best lawyers money can buy, and they'll figure out a way to get them out of this. But, you know, I think it's important that people pay attention to things like this. Don't just jump on something because your favorite celebrity has jumped on it. That's a way to get wrecked. Okay? Do your own research. This is not a get rich quick. Okay? You're going to get out of this what you put into it. So I recommend you put as much into this right now as you can. Okay? There are thousands of these coins, and how do you know which ones are going to be the right ones? Well, I can tell you. You look at the ones with strong fundamentals. Stellar. Hedera. Algo. Cosmos is one of my favorites. XRP. It's so good it's got named twice. This is the one I want to watch, because when this one takes off, it's going to take off the quickest. It might be the last to take off, but it's going to take off the quickest and go the highest. And that's like the Chinese bamboo that our friend the Bearable Bull talks about all the time. So make sure that you're researching on your own. You're managing your risks. You're not getting caught up in scams pushed by celebrities. And don't make the mistake of being afraid of making mistakes. Look, successful people fail all the time and make mistakes all the time. And they become successful because they learn from their mistakes. So make sure you're learning from every one of these mistakes you made. I've made a lot of mistakes, so I'm hoping there's success on the way for me. But I'm going to keep learning. And I'm going to keep learning. So remember, you're going to get as much out of this as you put into it. I suggest you start researching. We've never had a time in history like we do now that you have access to all these resources on the internet. You used to have to go to a library. But right now you can learn any topic you want by just putting the time in. So don't waste your time. Work on yourself. Stay motivated. Set your goals. And maybe one day, well, not maybe, if you do all those things, you will make it to paradise. And that's where I'm headed. Mr. Node Baron's just a few years ahead of me. That's all. So keep on stacking the bags. Keep on stacking your XRP, XLM. If you can buy it under $1, it's a great deal. It's a great deal. Well, that's it for today. Please check in with us tomorrow. Hopefully you'll come back and visit. And this is 605 Crypto, Travis B.
Making beats since 3:30 a.m. I am in my own league, in my own lane. I do my own thing in the back cave like Bruce Wayne. The only ones talking down are no names. I'm in the business of putting people out of business. Your other DJs should ask for forgiveness. You are witness in the making of a legend. I ain't there yet, but I'll be there in a second. And everywhere I go, they say my name.